That's what great quarterbacks do.
Here he goes, wide open. Andrews, no one near him. Touchdown, Baltimore. For 28 minutes, controlled. And now Jackson and the Ravens. He flips it to the end zone, and it's pulled down. What a catch. Andrews again. And what a play by Jackson, off balance, able to unload it with players all around him.
Brown, okay, Brown, that's it.
Here's a 2nd and 8. It's Ingram with his 5th touchdown catch of the year. 5 to go. There they go running again to the end zone for a touchdown. Justice Hill.
You know, I've been a fan of the Ravens since about 2004. I've watched this team growing up, and I've seen the ups and downs of this team. Never in my wildest dream did I ever think we would have an offense like this. It's beautiful, man. I feel so emotional right now. The Ravens have done it. They have claimed the #1 seed in the AFC. The postseason will go through Baltimore. And we have an opportunity to host an AFC Championship game right here in Baltimore. Well, I don't live in Baltimore, but you know what I mean. Here in Maryland. But yeah, it's a beautiful thing. I never thought I'd ever see this. I'm so proud of what this team has done this season. The absolute lowest was that 40-25 loss against Cleveland. To go from that and to learn and to make moves and to improve as a unit and to play the type of football this team has played these last 12 weeks, these last 11 weeks, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. You gotta be proud of this team. I love this team. I'm so emotional. But we gotta put these feelings aside. They've only done one thing. They haven't even gotten started yet. Having the #1 seed in the AFC does not equate to a Super Bowl. These guys still got a long journey ahead. The season has begun now. When the postseason comes, that's when the real game starts. And we're going to see what this team is truly made of. We've seen what they've done in the regular season. But what can you do when the game's on the line? How is this team going to respond in their house when you have a Kansas City coming, when you have a New England coming? How are you going to respond? I cannot wait to see that. But I'm getting too far ahead of myself. This was a great This was a great game between the Browns and the Ravens. The Browns, they came out, they tried to do what they could do, you know. They went toe-to-toe with the Ravens early on, man. That defense was shutting down Lamar in the offense. Meanwhile, Baker was moving the ball down the field. They weren't scoring points at the time, but they were starting to move the ball down the field. Defense was a little shaky early on. We had probably one of the worst first halves we've had this season, especially that first quarter. You turned the ball over for the first time this season in the first quarter. We've never had a turnover in the first quarter this season until this Cleveland game. That's why these divisional rival games are just so confusing. You never know what's going to happen. You always think you can go in, it's going to be an easy win, but you never know what's going to happen. We came out flat, we were not on the right page, and we were turning the ball over on a situation which is basically routine for them. I mean, Ingram and Lamar do that same handoff all the time, whether he's going to keep it or hand it to Ingram, and yet somehow they fumbled that. So that was bad. The defense kept giving up penalties. That touchdown drive for the Cleveland Browns that put them up 6-0, that was nothing but penalty filled. Penalty here, penalty there, a penalty from Marcus Peters, a penalty from Jimmy Smith, all the way to take them to the one where Baker gets that touchdown, and now they're up 6-0. Now I'm looking at this like, wow, we really out here looking like the Pittsburgh Steelers of old. You know, back when they had Antonio Brown and all this huge, Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell and all that huge talent, yet they would constantly play down to their competition. We were doing that in the first half. And it took until the 2-minute warning for these guys to wake up. We get the ball, 2-minute offense from Lamar. He just starts marching this offense down the field. Next thing you know, throws it. Mark Andrews gets open on a blown coverage, 39-yard touchdown. We up 7-6. Cleveland gets the ball back and does I don't know what Freddie Kitchens was thinking there, but he decided to throw 3 straight passes. All 3 of those passes were batted down. And that equated to a punt for Cleveland and another opportunity for Baltimore, which is not what you wanted to do. Because once the Ravens offense gets in a groove, good luck stopping them. And as soon as I saw that they were going to throw the ball 3 times and it's incomplete all those 3 times, I was like, we about to go 14-6. Lamar's going to march his offense down the field and score a touchdown. And guess what happened? Lamar marched that offense down the field and scored a touchdown on a beautiful play. It was a touchdown pass to Andrews, but it was a beautiful play. The pressure was breaking up towards his left, and he was rolling, moving through the pocket, trying to get space, pump fakes, throws it, and puts a beautiful touch on it. He puts the ball in a spot where only Mark Andrews would get it. And it was a nice grab by Andrews for a touchdown. We go into halftime 14-6. We come out with the ball, because we know we possess the ball in the 3rd quarter, so we get our first drive there. We go down the field for a long drive, score a touchdown pass to Mark Ingram. We up 21-6, and the game is basically over after that. Cleveland goes down the field. They score a field goal at some point, but for the most part, the game was basically over. I believe they only the Browns only had 1 possession in the 3rd quarter because we just dominated in time possession. They dominated in time possession for the first half. We dominated in time of possession for the second half. And yeah, we got to the 4th quarter. It was 21-9 at that point. It was actually no, I believe they ended the 3rd quarter 21-6, and then they got their field goal in the 4th quarter, and the game was pretty much over. Yeah, it was pretty much over. We went down the field once again, and Hollywood could have had a touchdown, but the pressure got to Lamar, and he couldn't see Hollywood, who broke free. He was open on 3rd down, and if Lamar could have seen him, that's another touchdown pass for him. But he couldn't see Hollywood, so they missed them that one, and we ended up taking the field goal. That was the only time Tucker really came out to do anything, besides the extra points. So yeah, 24-9 at that point, and then Cleveland comes and it was just a beautiful drive by Baker. He gets them down the field, all the way to the goal line, down to the 1. But then our defense locks up. 1st down, nothing. 2nd down, tackle behind the line. 3rd down, tackle behind the line. Both of those were shove runs. And then 4th down, Baker rolls to his right, holding, nothing's there. He gets stopped. But here comes a penalty. Face mask call right here. They get the ball at the 1 again. Next thing you know, touchdown pass to Odell Beckham Jr. He's over there dancing, mimicking our dance and stuff like that, the Ravens dance, and just, yeah, I'm not even going to talk about that. If he wants to act like that with his team down 9 on the verge of being eliminated in the playoffs, that's his problem, and that's Cleveland's problem. But yeah, after that, the Ravens get the ball, they go down the field again, and they pretty much finish this game off with an 18-yard touchdown run from Justice Hill, who got his first touchdown of the season. I was so happy for that, because now everybody on our offense has scored at least a touchdown or put up some sort of points this season. It's absolutely beautiful. Everybody's gotten involved here. It's been absolutely spectacular. And that basically ended the game. Baker got the ball back, threw a pick, game was basically over after that. So yeah, offensively, pretty great. Slow start, terrible start in the first half, but from the 2-minute warning on, offense had no problem moving the ball. Lamar was doing his thing, just crossing people over, breaking ankles, and getting first downs on runs. It was beautiful. Just spectacular. So yeah, from 2-minute warning in the first half all the way to the end of the game, Ravens offense had no problem moving the ball, and they managed to put up 24 points. So that was great. Well, actually not 24 points, 31 points. My bad. 31 points throughout the rest of the 2-minute warning all the way to the end of the game. So that was great on the offense. Defensively, they were great. The only issue was Jimmy Smith. Jimmy Smith had a terrible game. I mean, 3 defensive penalties, and 2 of those penalties ended up resulting in touchdown passes for Baker and that Cleveland offense. The first one was on the pass interference call on Odell Beckham Jr. I don't know what Jimmy Smith was on. He was just not great. I mean, we challenged it because we believed that was not a catchable ball, but that was still pass interference. So yeah, they get the ball at the 1, touchdown pass number 1 for Baker there. And then the second one was 4th and goal. When you gotta make a stop, he causes a face mask penalty. They get the ball on the 1, touchdown pass to Odell Beckham Jr. If it wasn't for those penalties on Jimmy Smith, they don't get those 2 touchdowns. So, it is what it is. It's tough, but it is what it is. Other than that, defense was great. Marcus Peters also did have a holding penalty on the 4th down call, but it is what it is. I believe it was on the same drive where Jimmy Smith also got the pass interference call, so that drive was terrible. Cleveland's first touchdown drive was just filled with penalties that all went against Baltimore. It was awful. But yeah, other than that, the offense, did well, 2-minute warning all the way to the end. Defense held up besides those 2 penalties that were on Jimmy that ended up causing those 2 touchdown passes from Baker. And other than that, special teams, they did their thing. Tucker, perfect as usual, didn't miss an extra point, didn't miss his field goal, so he was great. And other than that, great team win. We improved to 13-2. This will give us a great time to rest our starters, especially because injuries started showing up for a second. First, Mark Ingram goes down on a calf injury. We don't know the whole story about it. We'll have to see, I think maybe later on tomorrow, what happens with that. But he had suffered a calf injury. Then Lamar, he gets kind of shaken up on a roughing the passer call right there, where they just tossed him to the ground. And he kind of came up limping a little. He was fine after that, but he's going to probably be sore for that. He could rest week 17. And then Mark Andrews, he suffered an ankle injury as well, so that was also bad. And he didn't really come back after the game. I don't believe he came back into the game after that. So yeah, those were 3 bad injuries to our main guys. But other than that, I think they're going to be fine. Thanks to this win, you have the number 1 seed. So in week 17 against the Steelers, you don't need to risk it. You can sit Lamar in the starters. You can probably sit the starting defense as well. You're pretty much good to go. You don't have to try and play against the Steelers. There's no reason to do that. You can sit your starters, put RG3 in, we'll see how that goes. So, congrats to the Ravens getting that number 1 seed. So proud of this team. I can't wait to see what this team does in the postseason. And all the Ravens fans right now, we're excited. We hope this team can go all the way to Miami and win the Super Bowl. We'll have to see, though. As for Cleveland, you're out of the playoffs. So you guys knew you weren't going to the playoffs. Probably a couple weeks back, you knew you weren't in the playoffs. But yeah, you're out of the playoffs. Go fix that situation, that coaching situation, that entire situation, because you got way too much talent on this team to be wasted like this. You should not be 6-9 right now. It's pretty pathetic. Go fix that situation, because if you guys waste the amount of talent you have right now, I don't know what the Cleveland Brown fans are going to do. They may legit just riot at some point. I mean, they threw a freaking parade after the 0-16 season, so I don't know what they're going to do if you waste this level of talent, because you guys have never had this amount of talent, and you're on the verge of wasting it, so fix that situation. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, right now, I'm focused on Baltimore. We'll see what we can do in the playoffs, gentlemen. We'll see how you guys do. But anyway, that's all I got. I'm so proud of this team. And I'm out of here, man. Go Ravens!